Venice. Look at how we did everything.
Time to do my side of it. We're on YouTube right now, so like, comment, subscribe, of course. Go follow the Twitch, because on Twitch we do these where you get to decide. So if you sat there all mad and agitated, whatever, frustrated, if that's you, after this, follow Colden on Twitch. You get to decide the next post. Everything back? Alright. Another feature on Twitch too, we was able to play the music. So if you like wondering what certain future songs even sound like, follow me on Twitch. You'll get the songs next time. I mean, first things first, we just show you what the polls have even decided for the first round. Let's go back to that. You said, I think about 200, but by the end we got to 199. I was like, yeah, I'll save it for later. So I'm gonna show you the rest of the bracket right here. The bracket that was already done on Twitch. Go follow me there, that's Colden. What was decided was Codeine Crazy versus Low Life. They've chosen Codeine Crazy. March Madness versus ISF the Base. They chose March Madness. Throwaway versus Monster. Monster had taken that. Like That versus Stick Talk. Stick Talk takes that. Solo versus Thought It Was a Drought goes forward. Focus from Comments versus Crushed Up moved down. The Percocet and Stripper Joint versus Same Damn Time. The Percocet and Stripper Joint. Mask Off versus Puffin' on Zooties. Mask Off goes forward. Codeine Crazy versus March Madness. Codeine Crazy goes forward. Monster versus Stick Talk goes forward. Thought It Was a Drought versus Crushed Up. Thought It Was a Drought goes forward. The Percocet and Stripper Joint versus... Oh no, my fault. Crushed Up versus Mask Off were... No. The Percocet and Stripper Joint versus Mask Off. The Percocet and Stripper Joint moves forward. That's your final four, where you've got Codeine Crazy versus Stick Talk. Codeine Crazy moved forward. Thought It Was a Drought versus the Percocet and Stripper Joint. The Percocet and Stripper Joint moves forward. Then the final two was Codeine Crazy versus the Percocet and Stripper Joint. Codeine Crazy moves forward and won the whole thing. What does this look like for me personally when I make my choices? Let me move all of this forward. A completely empty bracket. We do have a completely empty bracket for when I do my choices right now. If you wanted to make the decisions yourself, you should have followed me on Twitch by now. I got you. Next stream. So, for that first round, we have Codeine Crazy versus Low Life. Me personally, if I had to choose out of these two, of course, these are great future songs. Low Life has the feature with The Weeknd off of that album called Evil, which was just Live Backwards. Codeine Crazy is off Monster, which is more of a classic album for Future. But the songs individually, I think that Codeine Crazy is better. It has so much like minimalistic, but 808 Mafia production, I don't know which one out of the team that produced it, to be honest. But 808 Mafia production took minimalism through a weird introduction, space sci-fi intro, if you will, for the purposes of it being psychedelic, which works really well. For if we even talk narcotic that it is on about being codeine, it is the perfect song for that situation, as that's not a productive drug. I think that this works all around it as an idea. Compared to Low Life, I would like to push Codeine Crazy forward. For March Madness versus I Serve the Bass, I think March Madness has been on rotation for me a lot throughout this year. It is one of those feature songs that end up on my replay, album music wise. I believe there is a better structure to it, and it is a better completed idea. I know that I Serve the Bass, that being off of DS2, does serve well as giving dynamics to the album experience, but with March Madness, I think that ended up being the better song. Production wise, it's OD. Vocal wise, vocal performance, like the presence that is much stronger from Future for March Madness compared to how it is on I Serve the Bass. It's better, and I have to move that forward. We do agree on the first two, you are right. I see your chat is already there, so let me just move you so everybody else can see you. Should be better now. So, the next one is, so I'm gonna push March Madness first, forward. Throwaway versus Monster. Monster is a cool ass song, and does get a groove out of me. Your boy. Flow is crazy, great song. But I do want to choose Throwaway over Monster for the fact that the melody's tough, the beats which is crazy, the lyrics is like prime Future. That's toxic because you want to go use something like a throwaway, go use something like a pistol, you a throwaway, and go for that guy, get it over with. I hope you fucking me birthday, cause I wanna be your hell tonight. There's a lot of good lines on that song as well. That versus Stick Talk, that obviously putting massive amount of fire towards the Drake versus Kendrick beef. Just flick the lighter, put it against the gasoline. There you go. The greatest beef of all time in hip hop history. Over a really good sample based hip hop track from Metro Boomin production. The Kendrick verse is obviously great. And then Stick Talk 2 though. I believe that Stick Talk is a strong song from Future. Again, this is a DS2 release. Which one would I push forward out of the two? That the brass in that, very strong. Stick Talk, I would say that's heavy. 808's on there is heavy. Good songs from both. Really hard choice. I think Stick Talk I want to push forward because it has been a song that I've listened to for so much longer. It's been out longer too, but that is really good. I know it is one of the highlights off of We Don't Trust You. So I will push Stick Talk forward. Solo versus Forte was a drought. I do like that the psychedelic, minimalistic, of course, melody that I just cannot make my own about. Very hard to create something that doesn't sound too similar when you're trying to go for that sound. So whoever made that melody, you're an up to me now for being that good. The melody on that is very strong. One of the catchiest melodies in trap music, let's be honest. Though it was a drought, I do like that chorus. Introduction is very good too. I think when I'm listening to both, I can pay more attention to Thought It Was a Drought, so I will push that one forward. Fuck Up Some Commas versus Crushed Up. Again, great songs from both. Obviously Crushed Up being from The Wizard. Fuck Up Some Commas being from DS2. Album full of hits. I think I'm pushing more towards Fuck Up Some Commas over Crushed Up. Again, I've listened to it much longer, and I do think like the verses are much more standout in performance wise compared to Crushed Up. Although I do like that auto-tune crooning, minimalistic though, Gunna type of thing, Gunna type situation on there. I'll push Fuck Up Some Commas forward. The Percocet and Stripper Joint versus Same Damn Time. Instrumentally, I do believe that we are going to go for the Percocet and Stripper Joint. I would do wish that second half was stronger, but I think atmospherically or aesthetically too, it is a great song and does add a lot to DS2. Melody's a lot better than Same Damn Time. I'm gonna push the Percocet and Stripper Joint forward. Also the brass section, the melodies on that I feel like was from Metro Boomin. Phenomenal production. Mask Off versus Puffin on Zooties. Puffin on Zooties was a part of the I Never Liked You album, which is the album that I first reacted to on this channel. Mask Off, of course, is one of the most iconic songs that we came up with in our generation of hip hop. So, do we go with the flute or do we go with the dan dan? Both beats are. I feel like production wise, I'm leaning towards Puffin on Zooties. I do feel like Mask Off though has a better writing from Future, which is more of the reason that you would want to listen to that song from Future, because even though that you might want to be lazy writing or whatever you want to do on Fun Beat, bro, I do feel like Mask Off has a lot of sections that we can pull from, a lot of quotables there too. So production wise, I'm going Puffin on Zooties. Performance wise from Future, I'm going Mask Off. Overall, I'm gonna have to push Mask Off forward. How are we feeling about my choices so far? I guess we're not thinking it all then, gang. I am in the middle of this, so I'm gonna have to move the camera just to show that side off more, and then I'll do the same for the other side. Codeine Crazy versus March Madness. Two very strong songs from Future, and I think was at the top of his album of the year best songs list, at least for user score. Codeine Crazy versus March Madness, bro. Dress it up and make it real for me. There's no wrong answer with any of these. I think Codeine Crazy is really good. Again, for the production, for everything that Future was really doing on that song too. Where we wanted to go high pitch with the Codeine Crazy. I think that was a great. Don't be too serious, but it is also another serious song from Future, so not too serious. Let's be honest, not too serious. There's some lines, specifically that one that you're thinking of, that adds to the song being like, it's playful in a sense. March Madness, I think, is the strongest song out too, and it's probably more serious than Codeine Crazy too. Concept wise, even them punching lines do throw off the topic. Out of two, though, I'm gonna have to go for March Madness. I want to push March Madness forward. Throwaway versus Stick Talk. Oh, it's gonna be okay. I do like that song very much. Tell Barrel run straight for the machinery. Oh, it's gonna be okay. I think I'm gonna push Stick Talk, even though I do like the melody of a Throwaway. I think Stick Talk was delivered stronger. Got a white one and a black one, call them salt pepper. I do like Throwaway, but Stick Talk is stronger, I promise you. Thought It Was a Drought versus Fuck Up Some Commas. Again, same situation. Great songs, production-wise. If I lean to one, I'm going Thought It Was a Drought. Performance from Future, Fuck Up Some Commas. Which one is gonna drive that song more forward? I think I'm gonna have to go Fuck Up Some Commas. The Percocet and Stripper Joint versus Mask Off. If we go production wise, I'm gonna have to lean for the Percocet and Stripper Joint much more than I would lean for Mask Off. Not that Mask Off is bad production, but the way that this was produced with the melodies, the brass section, anything that went over that, the sign leads and all of this, great production, bro. Good production. Mask Off is just better for the performance wise. From Future, if I choose any of these, I'm gonna go for Mask Off. Then we're at the final four. Anybody thinking anything? That's why you gotta follow me on Twitter, bro. Not Twitter, on Twitch. You gotta follow me on Twitch, bro. Final four we're on though. March Madness, Fuck Up Some Commas, TikTok, and Mask Off. I think, let me remember these songs individually. Days running in a hand. Spend a day, get my mind gone. And could shut it, I'm going crazy. See my whole head, got another investigation. That's TikTok. We talk that TikTok. If I had to choose between, again, if we go production wise, I would have to choose March Madness. Both of these songs might be on the same level of performance, but I do feel that the beat and the performance of Future, its production, performance, both of those assets really do collaborate well. So better on March Madness. That's the one I want to choose. And battle against Fuck Up Some Commas or Mask Off. Choosing between Fuck Up Some Commas or Mask Off. I think production wise, we do have to go for Mask Off. And performance wise, it is also Mask Off. That means that March Madness versus Mask Off is the final two. Down to the final two where we see him. Follow me on Twitch. March Madness versus Mask Off. Again, I feel like these songs might be nearly on the same level. I feel like I'm already choosing one in my head right now. If I had to choose between both of these, of course I do, otherwise we don't get to the end of the video. If I had to choose, I like that second half of March Madness, going back into the chorus. Does make it more experimental just for the sake of the structure of the song. Production wise, it is March Madness, and I do believe performance wise as well. I think March Madness might be, and I already said, March Madness is Future's best song. My personal favorite is I Promise You That, but I think it's also transitioning now to be March Madness. So that's the end of that, bro. That's the Twitch, that's the end of both brackets. And for my choices, March Madness ends up winning mine. Codeine Crazy ends up winning the bracket for the Twitch polls. Follow me on Twitch as Colin. But that's me, bro. That's like, comment, subscribe. That's you decide next. You know where to find me. That's it. Bye.